Hello, instructors. As promised, I'm doing this screencast for you to demonstrate how you can use PowerSchool Learning. Just know that this screencast is not the only way for you to learn more about using PowerSchool Learning. You can visit the YouTube channel for PowerSchool and watch more tutorials if needed. You can find the link to the tutorials on the Instructor Resources page of the PowerSchool Learning, as you can see right here. This will take you to that page. This presentation is going to be fairly brief, so feel free to watch it in small sections, then go around and play with the site itself on your own. You have been made a teacher in the class, so it is now available for you to explore. Let's look at the home page. Along the left side of the screen, you will see all of the pages that have been set up for this program. The announcements page is first. If you have an announcement that you want to send out, you can create it no matter where you are on the site. Just simply click Messages and Announcements. Then you can click on Create Announcement, and here you can write whatever you need to write. You can say that it's always going to be on top, or it never expires, or you can say when the announcement will go away. When you're finished, you just click Save and the announcement will be on that page. If the candidates have set up their notifications that they get a notification when a new class announcement is posted, it will come directly to the email they use to sign up for PowerSchool Learning. That's again right up here under the picture in the top right hand corner, Notifications. Okay, the next page down, let's go back to Pages. The next page down from Announcements is the Handbook page. This is where you will find the PASC handbook for this year. It is not here right now. We are busy revising it, but we will upload it very soon. Notice, however, that we have the attendance policy right here, and we have the late work policy here, directly from the handbook. We also have a place here where you can request to do a makeup session. It's right here online for the candidates if they need to do that. This should make it easy for both you and the candidates to see what is needed if a class must be missed. The next page over here on the left-hand side is called Schedule. Here you see the schedule of courses for this September cohort. And at the bottom of the block, you will see that you or the candidates can actually download the schedule if you need to for your own personal use. The next page down is called Instructor Contact Information. So here are the list of all of our instructors at this time. If anything is wrong here, you want to change anything, you click on this little gear in the top right hand corner of the content block and click Edit. Once the box opens, you can fix anything you want to fix. If you do change something, be sure that you click on the Save button at the bottom so you don't lose the changes. Below instructor contact information are the CAPES. At the top here, you will see here is the file for the most recent version of the CAPES. I have given to you this in paper several times, and again, this is where you can access it if you've lost your copy. Notice also that there's a place here for the CAPES descriptions of practice. This is something I have not yet talked to you about because I forgot about it, but it's something you do need to know as you continue building your classes. I will ask the candidates to score themselves on this document at the PASC orientation on August 29th. After that, you will ask at the end of your class for the candidates to score themselves again only on the CAPES that are listed on your course syllabi, the CAPES that you are addressing in your course. This is what we wrote in the program standards that were approved by the Commission, so I think that we should follow this path. They can upload these to their portfolios in Google, which I will show you later. Right now, I just want you to know where to get them to look them over. The next page is called Program Requirements and Due Dates. Here you can see the outline of the requirements that candidates must complete. I may take off the word due dates up here simply because the due dates you set for assignments in your classes may vary. I'll leave it for now. The most important thing that candidates need to know about due dates is that all the work for one class must be submitted before they can move on to the subsequent class. The next page down is portfolio information. I don't have anything uploaded here yet, but I will upload a description of what must be completed and uploaded to the portfolio. This will primarily be the field work that they are doing. It will also be the CAPES descriptions of practice, but I will go into how that works at another time. And I will also provide a portfolio rubric. The next page is called Leadership Observations. And again, here in the program standards, we wrote that candidates would be required to make 3 leadership observations of meetings, like site council meetings or PTA meetings or board meetings, and do a brief write-up. On this page, I will put the forms. You don't need to worry about this. I will communicate directly with the candidates about completing this. Okay, below leadership observations is exit presentation information. And again, this is where we're going to upload everything that has anything to do with the exit presentation. And it's not your responsibility to do much with this, at least not right now. Now we come to the course pages, so you can see we have PASC 101, 102, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. On your course page is where you are going to upload your PowerPoints or create a link to them in Google. So you're going to put your handouts there, your resources such as videos, articles, or anything else that you deem appropriate. Let's open here to PASC 101. You see at the top, the first content block says Instructor Contact Information. Again, to edit this block, you go to the gear at the top right-hand corner, you click on Edit, and then you can include any information in here that you think would help candidates contact you, connect with you. Don't forget always to click the Save button. To create a new content block, you simply click on Content Block, Add Content Block. Then look at the choices you have. If you click on On-Page Text, you'll be able to title it. Those are some of the titles I've used. And you can write a description of what the assignment is or whatever you want to tell them. Okay. Always click on Save when you're finished. Or you can click on Files. If you click on Files, let's just do this for fun. We're going to title it. You will have a chance to upload a file of whatever kind you want. Let's just choose some kind of a file. Let's see. That's good. PASC and CASC notes. Attach. And then you'll have a place to write any narrative you want to. Anything at all. And then you click Save. And then you'll see that your content block shows up. Now, I know we don't want this content block on PASC 101, so I'm going to remove that in just a minute. Let's see, what else can you do? You can also, let's say you want to put a YouTube video up. So all you would do here is let's use this. I don't know what this video is, but let's just put this in here. You would just put the URL. So that means you have to locate the video first. And here we're going to say embedded. That's the default. I would just leave it there. Let's put it in there. It'll say next. You say YouTube. You can say watch this. You say save. And then the video itself is right there in the text box, and they can watch it directly right there.
Minneapolis Roosevelt High School.
Okay. So there are many other things you can do. Images, you can put in web links. My suggestion is just to check these things out and see if there's anything. But the ones I've shown you, basically the on-page text, the files, web links, maybe YouTube, these are the main ones that you will most likely be using. But don't be worried about using others if there's anything you would like to do. Now, once you have content blocks on the page, and I have several here, you can easily move them around, or you can change the page layout. To move them around, just click on the top bar of the content block and drag it. Let's say you want to move this to the side, and you want to move the calendar here, and you want the files to go under the calendar, or you want the instructor contact information up top. You can just drag these and put them wherever you want them. It's not a problem. Put this back where it was. The other thing that you can do is you can change the layout. If you go to Manage Page, you go to Page Layout, you have some choices. The traditional 2 is what it is right now, with a bigger block on the left and a small column on the right. Let's say you wanted to just have one column. Now you have one column and everything is just lined up in order. There's your calendar right down at the bottom. Or page layout, you want an even 2. So you've got, and so now since you've got an even 2, you could put that there and they're going to be the same. Or an even 3. You can decide how you want it to be. And I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. But the traditional 2 is what it's going to look like if you don't do anything else. Now I'm going to remove these since we're not really going to use those in our course. And I'm going to keep this where it was over here, and we're back to normal. Okay, so that's how you're going to put your content on your course page. Now let's go to the final page, which is called Instructor Resources. On Instructor Resources, you can feel free to put anything here that you think would be of use to the other instructors. Notice that our presentations on the 5 practices of exemplary leadership are here. Remember that you are responsible for teaching this model. So it's very important that you understand what all of these practices are all about. And this is a great way to get kind of a quick overview of each of the practices. Also, again, here are the tutorials where you can learn something about using haiku or PowerSchool learning if you have other questions. All right, now let's look at a couple more features of PowerSchool learning. First, let's look at the inbox. To get there, click on Messages and then click on Inbox. If you want to write an email, simply click on Write. And in the Add Recipient box, you have the option of sending this to everyone, to all teachers, or selecting specific people that you would like to send it to. Notice the Send and Save Draft buttons at the bottom. Obviously, you email from here or you can save a draft. You also have the option to upload a file if there's an attachment that you want to send. Notice here that there is a place. If you have saved a draft, you can go here, then click on your email and open it up and continue working on it. There's a sent file and there's a trash file. When emails are sent from PowerSchool, the receiver will be able to see the message you sent at the email inbox they are using in PowerSchool. So let's take a look here at look at all these things. Let me put this up here. So now here's a message from PowerSchool. You'll notice that when I get the email, the text of the email is here. And if I want to respond to it, right at the bottom of the email it says View Message in PowerSchool Learning. And it will take me directly to the email and I can respond to it. So I'm just making sure about this. Okay, if they are having a problem with this and they're not getting their emails, let me know. And again, I'll make sure their notifications are set up properly. Notifications are right here under where your picture is. Notifications. And so here they can check that they want if there's an announcement posted, if someone comments on a page. The ones that should be posted particularly are if someone replies to a discussion, if you have an inbox message, there are some things there that should be clicked. Okay, the next feature I would like to show you is the Dropbox feature, except it's not called Dropbox anymore. To get to this feature, you click on Activities and then on Assignments. You'll notice that I have some assignments listed here. I can tell you that these assignments are probably not what you want to assign, so you will have the option to edit them. I put them in here so I could show you the gradebook feature. But notice that when you create an assignment, you set the due date, and when students submit their work, you have the option of seeing it by clicking on View Work. Of course, in this case, there is nothing to view because there's nothing there. Back to assignment list. Okay. You are not required to have candidates submit their work via the Assignments tab, but you're welcome to. The most important thing is that you respond in a timely manner once they have submitted work to give them feedback. Let's go on to gradebooks because gradebooks are definitely connected to this. To go to the gradebooks, you click on Grades and then you go to Gradebooks. You can see that Pass 103's gradebook has come up here because that's the last gradebook I looked at. To go to the course you are teaching, you click on Gradebooks here, and then you find your course. So if you were teaching 105, you would click there, and your gradebook will come up. As I mentioned before, I put these assignments in here, and I put assignments based on what is still in the course syllabi in our shared task folder. You will most likely want to change them. So let's look at how you create a gradebook entry. First, you're going to click here where it says Add Gradebook Entry, and you're going to have some choices. You have to decide what kind of assignment you want to make an entry for. It will most likely be assignment or discussion. If you click on assignment, you will have the opportunity to title the assignment. There's some titles I've used. Write some narrative to describe it, and as you go down, to assign a due date. I assign due dates basically based on what we've talked about when work is due. You will want to leave this display option, allowing students to submit work online, particularly if you're going to have them do it that way. You want to keep create gradebook entry. And here, we're going to look at the points. Here it says 100 points, but I always change that from a 100 to a 3. We are grading on a 3-point scale. 3 means exceed standards, 2 means meet standards, and 1 means does not meet standards. Remember that we decided together that if they get a 1 on an assignment, it must be revised until it gets a 2, at least a 2 from you. I did not include a grade 0, meaning they did not do the work at all, because the consequence is the same as a 1. If the work is not completed with quality or not completed at all, then the candidate may not go on into the next class until it has been rectified. Now let's see what happens if we click on Add Gradebook Entry and we click on Discussion instead of Assignment. Here you again have the opportunity to title your discussion, describe it in the text box. I would suggest you leave class discussion checked right here because this means the entire class can participate on it. And then you can click Next. Once you do that, you can determine how long the discussion board is going to be open. Again, the gradebook entry, and I would change this to a 3. And the good thing about this is that you can choose a page. You should choose a page for your course. So, since this one is for 105, I would put it on PASC 105. So what that means is it will show up as a content block on your course page where candidates can actually access the link to engage in the discussion. They can just simply go to your course page. There will be the link. So when you do it this way, not only do you create a gradebook entry, you also create the content block all in one move. Now you should know that I set up all of these assignments on the gradebooks as assignments and not discussions, even if they are designated as a discussion board. So here, I did not set up any kind of content blocks. I just put this on as an assignment. So, and that's so you wouldn't have random content blocks on your course page. So to edit what's there, you might just simply remove it by saying delete. And then you could just recreate your own gradebook entry with the discussion that you would like to have. Let's actually go to the discussion board now. Click on Activities and then Discussions. What you see here are some leftover discussions from previous past classes. I will discard them after I complete this screencast. You can see the zeros here. There are no posts on here, so there's nothing to see. But to see their comments on the discussion boards, if there were some, you would simply click on the title itself and it would bring up the discussion. And you would see the contents of the responses on the right and kind of a list of who has responded on the left. If you've ever used a discussion board before, you know how it works and you have the opportunity to respond. You'll have the opportunity to respond to whatever they say. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Pages just takes you back to the beginning. Actually, this is instructor resources. I'll leave it there. As I said at the beginning, this is a very quick look at PowerSchool Learning, but I encourage you to go to the video tutorials right here on the PowerSchool Learning Instructors Resources page so that you can learn more and dig a little deeper. Or go through this screencast slowly and stop along the way as you explore. I'm also available to help you by phone or in person if you get stuck. Remember that we want everything uploaded to Haiku on your course page for the convenience of the candidates. We're trying to develop technologically savvy administrators, and having to use the technology assists with that. Thank you so much.